Hey, happy Halloween! It's Jeff Moeller from Star 98.3. This is Pinspiration, where we take your favorite pins off of Pinterest, give them a test run, let you see if they work. With it being Halloween, I gave you guys your choice of Halloween treats, and you picked the jelly worms. For this one, you're going to need glass, some straws, a couple rubber bands, some Jello, some plain gelatin, some whipping cream to make them a little cloudy like worms, and then some food coloring to kind of color them up a little bit. The first thing you're going to want to do is make your Jello pretty much follow the package instructions. The only thing you're going to change is when you add the Jello mix, you're also going to add an envelope of just plain gelatin. I just finished doing that. I'm just letting it cool on the side. Once it's lukewarm, we'll come back to it. And while you're waiting for it to cool, you got to get your worms ready. And those are the straws. The first thing you want to do is pop them all open. You want the bendable straws. It gives that cool kind of worm look of the ridged lines. And you just want to kind of fill your cup. So you're just in. Once you have enough straws to fill your cup, and they're just kind of, enough to fill the bottom, because you want them to lay flat on the bottom, get a rubber band out and just kind of put them together. I'm going to do 2 rubber bands, one on each side of the bend. Hopefully that'll hold it together. There seems to be 2 concerns with this pin. One is getting the Jello to stay in the straws. The other is getting the Jello out of the straws. From everything I've read on Pinterest and online through the tutorials, it all says that if it's flat on the bottom of the cup, your gelatin will stay in and actually work. We'll see if that actually happens. Once your Jello's cooled down to about lukewarm, you're going to add the whipped cream. It's about 3/4 of a cup. And then you're going to add about 15 drops of the green food coloring. And that'll give it like a brown color. Well, a browny reddish color. And then you got to pour it into the top. I've put it into a measuring cup just because it has a pourable spout. You want to try to get it into the actual straws as much as possible. Careful is not one of the things I'm good at though, so we'll see how this works. Filled my straws. If you're doing this one at home, make sure you have paper towel handy, and also watch your cup as you're filling your straws, because out of all those straws, I think maybe 4 or 5 actually have Jello in them. The rest of it's all in the cup, and I overfilled the cup a little bit. I'm going to put this in the fridge, let it harden up, and see if maybe we're going to have some worms at the end of this. Just like any other Jello, you're going to want to leave it for at least a few hours to chill. It's been sitting in the fridge for a couple hours, and already I don't like the way this is looking. I don't think this is going to turn out, but I'll try to get it out of there. Oh yeah, this is not going to turn out. Oh. Doesn't that look awesome? I want to see if any of the straws actually have something that could be considered a worm in them, or if this is a total lost cause. So there is some inside the straws. Now we just have to try to get that out. And I mentioned earlier, keeping it in the straw and getting it out of the straw was going to be the hardest part of this. Even the ones that are sort of coming out, they just don't have a good consistency to them. They're really kind of like runny and don't really look like worms. I think I'm going to call this a PINSTROSITY. It's just seems like a real big waste of time, and it's very, very messy. I'm so just not liking this at all. I'm calling this one a flat-out pinstrosity. Definitely not one of the pins that I would recommend doing. If you really want worms for Halloween for your kids, go to the corner store, go to Sticky's Candy, go somewhere and just buy the gummy worms that, you know, like they're a nickel each. Just do that. It's better off than this, which I can't even, I tried to just pick it up right now and it fell apart. Consistency's not good, they're impossible to get out, it's super messy, just not a worthwhile pin to do. If you want to see all of our Pinspiration videos, yes, some of them are more inspiring than this one. You can find them at starfm.com, and don't forget to follow us on Pinterest at 98.3 starfm.